Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a first impression on a makeup application tool. I'm going to be testing out these little silicone makeup applicators. I received these in a PR package. This video is not sponsored, but I did get these in a PR package, and that's what inspired me to do this whole entire video, because I was like, never used those before, might as well use them on camera for the first time with you guys. I don't know, they're just kind of like fun to be playing with. So I did pretty much a full face with them. I used as many like liquid and cream type products as I could so that we could like experiment using a ton of different products with them. Not a ton, but more than one, you know. And if you guys want to see how that went, keep watching. Also, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you like me and you like my videos and my channel, and subscribe to my channel if you guys haven't already so that you guys can get all the notifications whenever I upload new videos. And we'll just get into it now. I figured it would be really fun if we tried to do as much liquid product as possible, like liquid bronzer, liquid blush, just using like creams and liquids so that I can use the silicone blenders as much as possible. But just in case, I do have my brushes on deck because I might need these. I might like get into this and start hating it. So I just, thought it would be cool if we tried to do that. So the brand of the silicone blender that I have is by Makeup Drop. Now, these ones are shaped like a teardrop. I've seen other ones that are shaped differently. I like these though because they look like Kim Kardashian crying. Okay, so this one says apply a small amount of makeup directly to the makeup drop. Using soft circular motions, blend makeup onto skin. Do not use if punctured. I will say that these are kind of addicting to squish. Like, I just want to be like, ugh. They're super fun to squish. They look really cool. One thing I'm kind of apprehensive about on the applicator is this little seam along the edge right here. I was actually thinking about cutting it with scissors, but it does say on the packaging, do not use if punctured, and I'm worried that I'll like puncture it and ruin it and then just not even be able to do a video on it for you guys. So I'm gonna do my better judgment and not cut off the seam. However, I'm worried that it could like leave indentations on the skin. It doesn't feel rough on the skin. I thought it might be kind of sharp and hurt, but I mean, I'm pressing the seam right to my skin and it doesn't really hurt, so should be fine. So I'm gonna get started with primer. I'm gonna use my Marc Jacobs Coconut Primer. Just one pump. I'm gonna apply this all over my entire face. In my T-zone, I'm going to use my Becca primer. I typically always use my fingers for this, so I don't think, what the heck, why not? Let's just use the silicone blender, just to try it, guys. I mean, I guess it's kind of nice. It's not any better than my fingertips, but it's nice how I'm not getting product on my fingers, I guess. I'm going to apply my illuminator. I'm going to be using a mixture of Marc Jacobs Do You and NARS Casino. Wait, is this Casino or Laguna? This is the Laguna illuminator. So I'm just going to mix. Oh, that could have been super bad. This just like swung around, could have hit me in the white shirt. I would have been pissed. It's all over my arm, but I was going to take this stick and like rub it on my face. But it says to apply it directly to the blender, so let's just try that. Oh, I keep wanting to call it a sponge, the Makeup Drop. And I'm just going to, this is so weird. I'm just going to apply the illuminator all over my face. I mean, honestly, this isn't bad at all. It is keeping my hands clean. Oh, and you can just kind of wipe the product off. Put some eyeshadow primer on. I'm gonna use the Smashbox one. This is the medium shade, I think, or it might even be dark. Yeah, this is the dark lid primer. We'll try to blend it out with the top of this thing. Not bad. I mean, it looks like I would have just blended it out with my fingertips, but the best part is that my hands aren't getting dirty. Okay, so now I'm gonna try concealer. I'm gonna use my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I'm gonna do it two different ways. So we'll try one under eye using it the way you're supposed to, where you apply the makeup directly to the blender instead of to your face first, and we'll see how that works. This already seems like it's gonna be awkward. I don't know if I'm gonna like this. Whoa, that's a lot of product. That's so much product, and I thought that was only going to be enough for one eye, but I'm going to have to start putting some on the other eye because it's not soaking up anything, so there's just a lot of product that is gonna sit there if I don't move it around. Using this with concealer has shown me that this really stretches a drop of makeup extremely far. I mean, I can't believe that there's so much product just sitting there that really has to like get pushed into the skin. It's not gonna absorb anything, so you kind of have to use a lot less than you anticipated. And I'm just kind of using it to blend it around. It's blending things really nice though, I will say. I used as much concealer as I would typically use just under one eye, and that concealed the whole middle of my face because it completely got stretched out. It's convenient how you can just wipe it off in between each use and use it for whatever different product you want to use it for next. So I am going to go in with a little bit of powder eyeshadow. I'm just going to take the shade Caramelized from the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, my eyelids. Okay, I'm kind of nervous about this part just because these are super pigmented. I'm going to be using one of the NARS liquid blushes. This one is in the shade Dolce Vita. Just gonna do, I'm only gonna use that much. And I'm still nervous about it. Okay, so what I'm first gonna do is just kind of get the excess off on the back of my hand so I don't go in there guns a-blazing with this. Okay, that's actually really nice. And I'm just gonna pick it up on the back of my hand again too. I really like that. I think that turned out very nice. Really natural and pretty. Okay, honestly, this part I'm actually like nervous about too. We're gonna try to use some liquid bronzer. This is the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Sheer Sun Bronzer. I'm just gonna do the same thing. Apply it directly to the applicator. That's a little bit too much, so we'll just kind of like blot it on the back of our hand. Okay. Okay, that's not so bad. It might not be ideal for applying anything that you want to control a little bit more. And that just looks like straight up grease on my forehead. Whereas when I use a sponge, it almost looks satin finish. This is just looking like grease. It's also just kind of like sliding everywhere. I don't know, guys, do I want to continue with this? Whoa. Oh, it's kind of messy for the... It's like down here and I didn't want it to be down there. So that happened, okay. It's also kind of hard to grip when you're trying to do something super controlled like apply a bronzer. I'm not loving it. I feel like it's getting nowhere. I really like this bronzer with a sponge, but I didn't bring one with me up here, so I don't have a sponge to apply it with. So I'm actually just gonna go in with Benefit Hoola and just kind of do a little bit of bronzing with a regular brush because I don't like that for that liquid bronzer. Okay, and I did the rest of my eye makeup off camera just because I figured it's not a tutorial, so you guys probably don't care. And I'm gonna do a liquid highlight now. So I'm gonna try the Marc Jacobs Do You drops. And I know that these are super intense and pigmented, so I'm going to apply just the smallest amount, like literally a bead that tiny. And I'm gonna try to highlight my face. So let's do this. I'm so nervous just because this, when you're not used to it, you're kind of taken back by how intense products can look on the skin when nothing is being absorbed. Like when no excess is being absorbed, everything is a lot more intense. Wow, I really like that. So I'm gonna do the other side, and again, we're just using that really tiny bead. An even smaller amount just to do the Cupid's bow. Oh, that's so cool. So if you look up close at the makeup in between your skin and the blender, you can see it. Well, duh, because it's clear. But I mean, you can see it being smushed around. Okay, so I'm just gonna finish off my makeup. I'm gonna do my lips and then we can talk final thoughts, guys. All right, guys, so let's talk final thoughts for my first impression of these silicone makeup applicators. I do want to say, first thing I noticed when I first took these out of the box is that they smell kind of strange. It's not necessarily a bad smell, it's not a strong smell. It's just they have their own little weird fragrance to them, and I washed these twice with Dawn and hot water before I use them, and they still smell like that, so I think that's just the way they smell, and it's kind of odd. I will say that I did overall like them. I'd probably give these like 4 out of 5 stars, I think, maybe like 3.5 out of 5 stars. I personally think that they were really nice for applying an entire face with, or what I did get out of them, you know, using all the liquid and the cream stuff. I don't think that I would prefer to use this to apply anything that's going to be full coverage, just because I like the way that a sponge and a brush kind of absorbs excess product. And with this, it was almost like the more product you use, the more the stuff just kind of like slides all over your entire face, and it just kind of moves around, and there's just like a lot to deal with, if that makes sense. Like, you use such a small amount and it's a little bit easier to control, but if you use a little bit too much, it's like stuff is just moving all over your face where you didn't want it to go. I do think though that these would be really convenient to travel with, especially if you're somebody who's like wears minimal makeup and you wear a lot of cream products. You could definitely get an entire face done with this, excluding like eyebrows, eyeshadow, eye makeup, and lip makeup. But like as far as your base goes, I think you could do everything except for powder with this. And that's the really nice thing about it, is that you just have to wipe it off or rinse it off in between applications of the different products, and you can do everything with one of these. So that was really cool. I would say my favorite thing that I used to apply with this was either the blush or the concealer. I actually really liked how this stretched a little bit of concealer a long way. I used half or 70% less than what I would typically have used. When I was trying to do something a little bit more controlled like bronzer, it was kind of difficult just because I wasn't liking the way that whole application was going. The liquid blush worked out really nice as long as you remember to always take off the excess. And I mean, I even really liked the way it applied highlighter. I think it did a really good job at applying highlighter. So all in all, the only thing I really didn't like was the bronzer. Honestly, I would use these again. I'm not super blown away or anything by them, but I did like them, and I think it'd be really convenient to just toss one of these in a makeup bag, because like I said, it'd be really convenient when you don't want to bring a lot of brushes, not blushes, brushes. And yeah, I mean, overall it's really cool. I'm not like completely sold on it. I think I would still rather use a sponge, but I don't know. I just need to play around with it a lot more. Yeah, so overall I did like them. I just wasn't used to how little product you have to use, and I just didn't like how when you do use too much product, it's like just sliding all over your entire face. But overall, would recommend you guys trying them out. I will definitely use them in more videos for you guys if you're interested in that. And I'm gonna have product links, information, everything that you guys want to know is going to be in the description box down below. I'm also going to have my Snapchat, my Instagram, and my Twitter, so please be sure to come follow me on there. Leave a comment down below just to talk to me, because I love talking to you guys. And yeah, I'll see you guys. I'm painting these together because they're super fun to play with. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching this one. Bye guys. Like seriously, I'm a Kimoji. Wait, we need to Google it and find it really quick so that we can completely reenact this as accurate as possible. Kim A.W. crying Kimoji. See, it's so important that we Google this. I didn't use both of them. Oh, her hair's in a ponytail too. Mine's in a bun, but... Okay, so she's like looking down. It's like from the side, and she's like... Hey.